the wait is over. GPT-5 is officially here, guys, and OpenAI is calling it their most advanced model ever. But honestly, it is gonna be the most advanced model, of course, because it's coming after the previous models, so we know it. It's faster, it's more accurate, and packed with new features. So in this video, we are going to explore what's changed, what it can really do, and how you can get started right away. Also, in this video, we're gonna look at the technical aspects of GPT-5, so which you will not find in other videos. So yeah, because most of the content creators, they just give a very high-level summary of what is mentioned in the website. It is us who actually dive deep into the technical aspects. So yeah, you'll get a lot of new information here. But before we do that, you know the deal, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Subscribe now.
Let's go. So yeah, this is the scene at around 1 p.m. in my office, guys.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Few moments later.
Good morning. 32 months ago, we launched ChatGPT. And since then, it has become the default way that people use AI. In that first week, 1 million people tried it out. And we thought that was pretty incredible. But now, about 700 million people use ChatGPT every week and increasingly rely on it to work, to learn, for advice, to create, and much more. Today, finally, we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI.
Sorry for the long intro. Coming back to the model here, you can actually check out GPT-5 on the website. So the first thing that you'll notice is that GPT-5 feels quicker and more responsive. It's a multi-modal system where multiple models kind of work together. So think of it as like two specialized submodels. A fast, lightweight model for routine queries. So if you ask a simple question like, give me more information about GPT-5, that doesn't require complex thinking, and that's where that lightweight model will be triggered. And when you ask for deeper analysis or deeper insights, let's say if you ask, give me data analysis for this Excel file that I created, those require complex reasoning, and that's where the deeper thinking model will come into play. So in my views, it kind of follows a similar pattern that we had seen in other models, if you have followed our videos. So we looked at the architecture of the Solar Pro 2 and Grok 4. So both of them are using a similar architecture. OpenAI suggests that they use real-time routing module to decide which model to select. So this actually depends on your conversation complexity, tool usage requirement, and user intent. So let's say if I ask ChatGPT to create me a 3D version of Minecraft, this is a very complex task, and this will call the complex model, of course. As per OpenAI, the router is continuously trained using real-world signals, so user model switches, preference feedbacks, correctness, enabling adaptive task-based dispatching. For Pro users, GPT-5 includes a variant called GPT-5 Pro, designed for deep analytics tasks. So it leverages parallel extended inference time compute. That means it has a longer chain of thought. Can think for even longer than the default reasoning module, yielding more comprehensive expert-level answers. So if you need PhD-level answers for certain data analysis tasks, this is the place to go. This implies greater depth in reasoning layers or enhanced activation depths exceeding typical real-time budget models. These are all the model variants and licensing options that GPT-5 provides. So if you see at the models here, GPT-5, GPT-5 Thinking, and GPT-5 Pro are the three models, and you have them in different subscriptions like Free, Plus, Pro, Team, Enterprise. So at work here, we use Enterprise. Our model will come with various access limits. So if you go to the website chatgpt.com, you will get this model. And if you type more than 5 questions, it is gonna stop responding in the 6th one. The model has better access limits, so it comes with the Plus and Pro subscription. And if you want thorough analysis, as we discussed, GPT-5 Pro is your go-to model. If you want to know how bad the default model is, you can look at the context window. So a context window is the amount of tokens the model can see at once during a conversation or computation. So Let's give you an example here. Let's say if you're talking to somebody, if you remembered a longer conversation that happened between you two, you would be able to get a better answer than just knowing last few words that the user has said to you. The same concept actually works in models as well. So the longer the context window, the better response the model can generate. It's like model's working memory. If the context window is 128K tokens, then the model can understand and respond using the last 128,000 tokens of conversion code or documents. When that limit is hit, older content falls out of memory and new one is added. So if you look at the model context window in the screen, you will see that the free version only has 8K context. So it's gonna forget after 8K, what did you say, right? So the conversation cannot last long. 32K is good for Plus, but Pro is pretty decent with 128K. This is kind of surprising. Seems like GPT-5 Pro has 128K context length, which is the same as GPT-4o. I honestly thought that it's gonna have 256K, but we don't. That means there is not much improvement over GPT-4o here. Not everything is disappointment. GPT-5 delivers superior performance with significantly lesser tokens and reasoning. In my views, they might have achieved this through sparse or chunk attention, conditional compute, or adapted attention depths, or even a vision token mechanism that optimizes computational load time during inference. While OpenAI hasn't published an official parameters count, strong signals from community and friends such as GPT-5 likely exceeds 1.5 trillion parameters across multiple sparse expert pathways. Sparse expert pathway is a mixture of expert approach similar to what we saw in Llama 4 and Grok 4. So think of it as like a conditional computation. So instead of activating all parts of the network for every token, only a subset of the model is used per input. Some of the examples of mixture of expert is the switch transform model that has 16.6 trillion parameters across 64 experts. But only one expert is active per token, which is kind of making it very fast and cheap inference. Similarly, you can read about G-Shard, which is a system-level MOE framework, and then GLAM, which is a 1.2 trillion parameters, but only 97 billion active per token. Unlike previous versions, this model is designed with multi-stage curriculum learning. So it likely uses reinforcement learning from AI feedback. So now there are so many AI models that you can actually use these AI feedback instead of relying on the traditional with ChatGPT initially used as the reinforcement learning human feedback loop. Let's look at the benchmarks now. GPT-5 is much smarter across the board. It sets a new state-of-the-art across math, which is 95% on AIME. Real-world coding is achieved 75%. Multimodal understanding with 85%, and health with around 47%. Look at the math benchmark. So this is AIME 2025 competition maths. With thinking, GPT-5 Pro has achieved 100%. I'm not really sure why they didn't compare it with other models, but seems like the thinking one is doing quite well, and without thinking, which is basically the smaller model, it performs quite bad. So 71%, but still better than the 4.0 version. This is Harvard MIT math tournament. And here you can see that the GPT-5 Pro with Python achieves 100% accuracy. Honestly, I don't know what this y-axis represents here, but they haven't also not given any details on this. On science benchmarks, again, GPT-5 did quite well with almost 90% in GPQA Diamond dataset, which is PhD level science questions, which is a significant increase over GPT-4o. Humanities last exam, which is the expert level questions across subjects. Don't see much improvements here. It's almost like 42%. Yes, it is a significant improvement over GPT-4o, but what models like Grok and Llama 4 has improved quite significantly here. So I was expecting comparison across different models. GPT-5 promised many things. Let's see if it actually delivered on those. So GPT-5, this is the first review I see. GPT-5 they promised versus GPT-5 they delivered. So funny. So this guy says that GPT-5 refactored my entire code base in one call. 25 tool invocations. It modularized everything, but none of them worked. This is actually so true. I tried a couple of examples for GPT-5 and nothing worked. And what we shared you this image where we showed the number of parameters. Look at this. It's such a huge disappointment. This is how people are reacting. Uchin reacted here. 9% of GPT-5 reviews out there so far. Look at this. It's such a big disappointment. This guy compares GPT-5 with Gemini 2.5 and he said GPT-5 can't solve a simple math problem. This is so true though. Like GPT-5 has been really bad in maths. I don't know how it passed the Olympiad. There are a few more here. GPT-5 numbers are insane. GPT-5 versus Grok 4. Grok 4 auto mode works extremely well. It answered a simple math question in 1 second without switching to the different model. Dude, GPT-5 is kinda an asshole. That is so funny. Overall, I feel that GPT-5 is okay and even performed better than GPT-4o. But to be honest, it is nowhere close to the AGI that was promised in the live stream by Sam Altman.
Our path to AGI.